Hi everyone. Today we will discover and explore the species Tanystropheus longobardicus, living in the early to late Triassic period. But in general, we are going to talk about the whole family of Tanystropheus in this video. When Tanystropheus longobardicus was first described in 1886, it was initially mistaken for a pterosaur and given the name Triassic. So in the 1920s, there's a systematic excavation at Mountain San Giorgio near the Swiss-Italian border, and they discovered many more Tanystropheus fossils, and revealing that the putative wing bones of the Triassic were actually the neck vertebrae of Tanystropheus. So for the word Tanystropheus, Tani means long and Stropheus means hinge, and it telling us that they will have very recognizable elongated necks, and they are under the class Reptilia and clade Diapsid and Acrosomorpha. And it is a clade of a ruling lizard that include our crocodiles, birds, dinosaurs, and pterosaurs. So for the order Protosauria, they will have characteristic of long necks, and Protorosaurs were probably the most diverse group in Triassic period. And for genus Tanystropheus, this is actually a monophyletic group according to Spikeman and his partner. So after being misidentified as Pterosaurs, Tanystropheus was considered more closely related to our Lepidosaurs than that to Acrosaurs. However, after the huge excavation, Tanystropheus was then reassigned to Protorosauria in 1937. So for our interested species, Tanystropheus longobardicus, they are mostly related to genus Amortosaurus and Longobardicosaurus, which both included in the family Tanystrophiidae. So their fossil record was first discovered in Monte San Giorgio along the Swiss-Italian border. So for the genus Tanystropheus fossils, they can be found all around Europe, Asia, and North America, including here in Nova Scotia. But for specific Tanystropheus longobardicus, this species, their fossil can only be found around in Swiss and Italy. So they're found to be living in mid and late Triassic period, around 247 to 208 million years ago. According to Stefan and his partner, their neck length is almost 3 times of their trunk's length. For Tanystropheus body size, it can vary from 1.5 to 6 meters. For our species Tanystropheus longobardicus, is actually the smallest species in Tanystropheus family, which can only reach to about 1.5 meters long. As we can see from the left, this is actually the fossil reconstruction image of the species that Tanystropheus was being misidentified, which is Triassic. And moving to the image on the right, we can see a Tanys neck made up of 13 neck vertebrae. And those scientists thought those neck vertebrae bones were actually the bone with the wing bones of the pterosaurs as shown in the reconstruction fossil image. So the Tanystropheus family was found to have both aquatic and terrestrial habitats. There was a debate before saying that Tanystropheus cannot support its neck on land, so it should be only active in aquatic environments. But scientists find out that their necks take only up to 20% of their body weight. This means that Tanystropheus can actually support their neck weight on land. Also, there were some special bone features on their back which allowed them to have their body balance towards their lower back, and this actually benefit their hunting behavior, which we will talk about it later. So since they have some kind of amphibious habitats, therefore their fossil record were mainly found in nearshore environments. Mostly they are from marine and coastal deposits. However, there is always some exceptions, and which in Nova Scotia we found one vertebra from primarily freshwater sediment. So for their feeding behavior, We know that they're carnivores, and what they feed by their skull structure and teeth. So we can see their nares are on top of their snout, which is really similar to crocodile, and which indicate that they might have both aquatic and terrestrial habitats, same with crocodile. Also, when we look at their teeth arrangement, they have some sort of fish trap dentinations. So there's a fun fact that there are two types of teeth in Tanystropheus family. The smallest species we have tricuped teeth, and the large species we have a single cuped teeth, and which our Tanystropheus longobardicus were having tricuped teeth. At first, the scientists thought that those were actually just the juvenile and adult teeth for the same species, but found out that they're not. So for this teeth structure, they can actually help to grip on the slippery fishes or the invertebrates. Although there are no any descendants of Tanystropheus, as this is actually an extinct family around in the mid and late Triassic period. However, we can see some species with similar morphology features such as S-shaped long necks, and also some similar feeding behavior with our Tanystropheus, which is heron. So heron is a coastal bird, meaning that they also feed on aquatic animals like fishes and invertebrates, but living in terrestrial. And there are some more interesting similarity about Tanystropheus and heron. So in here, we are going to talk about some fun facts of Tanystropheus family. Firstly, scientists found that Tanystropheus might also having some similar hunting behavior to herons. In the top image shown, black heron will actually round their wing as an umbrella and creating shadow to the water, and so attract fishes. As some small fishes might find comfortable to somewhere dark that they can actually hide from predator. So from some research, we can predict that Tanystrophia will use their neck as fish rod to catch fish while they still standing on land, and actually this behavior will benefit them a lot. Scientists also found that their neck of Tanystropheus have some kind of extendable membranes which allow them to also shade the water. So it is really interesting that Tanystropheus actually have some sort of cobra mixed heron hunting behavior. Another fun fact is that from the location and the fossil period found for Tanystropheus, we know that Tanystropheus share their habitats with other family like Soricfish, which stand for lizard fish, and also family that we mentioned in our courses like Ichthyosaurs, which means the fish lizard, with features like big eyes. An example would be Bisanosaurs. So Bisanosaurs can get up to 6 meters long, and they are probably the top aquatic predator in late Triassic period. So it is interesting to know that Soricfish is fish, as it is under class Actinopterygii, and Ichthyosaurs is a lizard. Also, Soricfish are actually big fish that feed on pterosaurs, and which is really cool. So here's all I want to show you about the Tanystropheus family. I hope you find this family and species interesting, and I hope everyone enjoyed it.